Archangel Michael warns that a woman close to you has been hiding behind a lie. The truth is preparing to come out, and when it does, the name connected to it will shake your spirit. What has been hidden for too long is now being pulled into the light by heaven itself. My child, my beloved, you were not meant to see this message until this exact moment. Heaven has opened a sacred scroll for you, and within it is a truth that has been covered, delayed, and protected until your soul was ready to receive it. Before you continue, pause everything around you, because what is about to be revealed may shake the ground beneath your feet. This message was resisted before it reached you. It was blocked, delayed, and pressed against by forces that did not want you to see it. But now it has arrived, not by accident, but by divine timing, because heaven decided the silence could not continue any longer. Stay connected to this message if you feel it was meant for your eyes. The moment you continue reading, miracles will begin moving toward you, but secrets will also begin rising to the surface. Do not delay, and do not skip what your spirit has been led here to hear. Someone very close to you has been living under a false image. The lie was dangerous because it was wrapped in kindness, smiles, and gentle words, while behind your back, betrayal was quietly forming like a storm in the dark. This woman has worn the mask of loyalty for a long time, but heaven is now removing the disguise. She smiled in your face while carrying hidden intentions behind your back. You trusted her, opened your heart to her, and believed she stood beside you. But while you were loving sincerely, she was reaching for things that were never hers to touch. Your energy, your peace, your blessings, even pieces of the future heaven was preparing for you. There is a reason your light felt dim, even when you were doing your best. There is a reason you kept stumbling, even though your heart was pure. There is a reason your joy felt delayed, while someone else always seemed to appear in the right place at the right time. It was not coincidence, my child. She knew more than she admitted, and she did more than she confessed. But heaven saw every hidden move, every secret word, and every silent attempt to interfere with what was meant for you. This woman will soon be exposed in a way she cannot escape. What she did in darkness will begin speaking loudly in the open. The most shocking part is this: you already know her. She may be someone in your family, or someone you once loved like family. She has been watching your growth for a long time, and with every step you took forward, jealousy grew stronger inside her. But what she did not understand is that your rise was never in her hands to stop. She whispered your name in conversations meant to destroy. She pretended to pray for you while secretly hoping you would fail. But now justice has arrived at your door, and I, Archangel Michael, have been given full permission to speak this truth into your life. You were chosen to receive this warning because you are not ordinary. You are covered. You are protected. But that protection must now become a sword, because she is not just a liar, she is dangerous. This woman has tampered with things she should not have touched. She has spoken curses in secret, under the illusion that her whispers would go unnoticed. But God saw it all. And God is done watching her play with your destiny. There is divine rage moving in your favor. This is not just a spiritual attack. It is a betrayal of the highest kind. And if you do not open your eyes now, she will try one final thing, something irreversible. But do not be afraid, beloved, because her time is up. She will not only be exposed, she will face justice. Her name is already being written into judgment books, not by man, but by the hand of heaven. And what she stole will be returned to you sevenfold. Even as you read these words, her plans are crumbling. She thought she would escape. She thought no one would ever know. But today God has spoken your name in the courtroom of the skies, and the sentence is clear. This woman shall no longer walk freely while the chosen one suffers. You have suffered long enough. You have cried long enough. Now divine restoration begins. But first, one more thing must happen. You will be shown the truth. Heaven will whisper something to you very soon. It will be a dream of voice or repeated sign, a name that keeps appearing, and when it does, you must not ignore it, because that name is the one you've been kept from seeing. The moment you recognize her, you'll know everything was real. Your instincts were not wrong. Your silence wasn't weakness, it was wisdom. But now you must speak. You must stand. You must let the truth breathe. You are being prepared to reclaim everything that was stolen from you. But the process begins with exposure, and the exposure begins now. My child, my beloved, heaven has waited for this moment. You see this woman, she didn't just lie once. She built a life of lies, layer after layer. Smile after smile, and every time you offered her kindness, she took more than you knew. She studied your moves, copied your light, and then tried to dim your, so no one would see how much she wanted to become you. But what she didn't realize is that no one can take what God has already written in His book. You are the original. You are the chosen one. And now she will fall by the very trap she set for you. My beloved, you may have felt confused lately, disconnected from your path, questioning your worth, wondering why doors you knocked on never opened, while someone else seemed to float through life. But listen closely. Those were never her blessings. They were stolen, and stolen blessings never last. She may have laughed behind your back, thinking she was winning, but even her laughter is starting to sound hollow now, because her spirit knows the countdown has begun. At the appointed time, something will shift. The name will come. The conversation will happen. The mask will fall. And the people around you will be stunned. Because she convinced everyone that she loved you. She wore the costume of concern. But the moment she realized how powerful you were becoming, she couldn't handle it. She didn't want you to shine. She didn't want you to rise, because if you did, they would stop looking at her. But now, my child, now everyone will see. They will see who she truly is. And more importantly, they will see who you truly are. You never needed to prove yourself. Your silence has been your shield. But your truth will now be your sword. And no weapon formed against you, not even the one she's already used, shall prosper. Not one, because I, Archangel Michael, have placed a sword of divine fire in front of you. Nothing will touch you unless heaven allows it. And this is not allowed. God has declared enough. No more manipulation. No more whispers. No more stolen joy. The light will break through, And the first crack in her false world begins with this very message. Because she knows this truth is coming for her. And you, my beloved, are being used as heaven's vessel. You are not just being protected, you are being appointed. Appointed to rise while she falls. Appointed to recover what was taken. Appointed to lead others who have suffered quietly under similar betrayals. This is not just a personal battle. This is spiritual war. And you are already winning. Let me tell you what comes next. A divine shaking. Her plans will collapse. But the moment she realized how powerful you were becoming, she couldn't handle it. She didn't want you to shine. She didn't want you to rise, because if you did, they would stop looking at her. But now, my child, now everyone will see. They will see who she truly is, and more importantly, they will see who you truly are. You never needed to prove yourself. Your silence has been your shield, but your truth will now be your sword. And no weapon formed against you, not even the one she's already used, shall prosper. Not one, because I, Archangel Michael, have placed a sword of divine fire in front of you. Nothing will touch you unless heaven allows it. And this is not allowed. God has declared enough. No more manipulation. No more whispers. No more stolen joy. The light will break through. And the first crack in her false world begins with this very message. Because she knows this truth is coming for her. And you, my beloved, are being used as heaven's vessel. You are not just being protected, you are being appointed. Appointed to rise while she falls. Appointed to recover what was taken. Appointed to lead others who have suffered quietly under similar betrayals. This is not just a personal battle. This is spiritual war, and you are already winning. Let me tell you what comes next. A divine shaking. Her plans will collapse. Her alliances will scatter. People she once manipulated will step back and say, "Wait, something doesn't add up." And it won't, because the LIE has reached its limit. The string she's been pulling has snapped, and now her own hands will be tied. You won't have to expose her. Heaven will do it for you. All you need to do is stay in alignment. Stay in silence until the appointed time to speak. And know, beloved, that moment will come. It will come when the name drops into your spirit like a flash of lightning. It will come when your eyes open and you remember a conversation that didn't make sense, but now. It will come when you see a message, a post, a moment, and everything will click. And you'll say, "That's her. That's the one who tried to destroy me with a smile." But don't hate her. No, don't waste your sacred energy. Instead, thank heaven, because without her betrayal, you would have stayed where you were. Without her betrayal, you wouldn't have discovered this level of power inside you. She pushed you right into your divine purpose, and she didn't even know it. My child, let me show you what happens after this exposure. Your health will improve. Your mind will clear. Opportunities that were blocked will suddenly return. Money that was delayed will flow in. People who doubted you will come back in all. Your energy will feel brand new because she was draining you, but no more. She cannot touch your name. She cannot touch your destiny. She cannot stop what heaven is releasing now. You are being reunited for a new season, and her removal is the beginning of your rebirth. There is someone reading this right now, shaking inside. Because you've already suspected who she is. You've had the dreams, the inner nudges, the sick feelings when she speaks. Your body already knows the truth. This message is your confirmation. So don't second-guess it anymore. Heaven does not lie. I do not come lightly. When I speak, it is because divine urgency is at hand. You must stay ready, stay alert. The betrayal will soon become public, but you, my child, will be untouched. Do not fear embarrassment. Do not fear exposure. The shame is not yours. It never was. She will be revealed, and you will be restored. Now listen carefully. The next 72 hours are key. You will see a message, hear a name, receive a call. Something will happen that aligns with this message. When it does, pause. Don't react, just observe. And say, "Thank you, Heaven. I see now." Because that will be the divine proof. This woman's lies are reaching their end, and her sentence has already been written. Heaven will not be mocked. You are too valuable. You are too covered. You are too chosen. This message is not a coincidence. This is the protection you prayed for. And now it is here. This is not over yet, because what you're about to discover next will leave you in awe of how deeply this woman had woven herself into be your life. She didn't just lie once. She made lying her second skin. And while she hugged you, she was collecting every detail to use against you. You didn't even realize she had been studying your weaknesses, smiling at your victories while resenting them in secret. She made herself your friend. But heaven saw what she tried to hide. Heaven saw the stealing, the draining, the quiet ways she reached for your energy while pretending to stand beside you. She was interfering with your love life, delaying opportunities, and moving through jealousy and manipulation. But now, the same door she tried to close on you is closing on her. Now she will be blocked. Now she will be silenced. Now she will be stopped. Because this is no longer only about what she did to you. It is about every life she touched through deception and control. You were simply the one strong enough to survive it and chosen enough to walk through restoration. Do not ignore this message, my child, because it was sent directly to your soul. If you feel chills right now, if your spirit is trembling, it is because something inside you already recognizes the truth. You have known for a long time, but your heart kept trying to see the best in her. You gave her chance after chance. You let things pass that should have been confronted. You bit your tongue when your spirit was begging you to speak, and you forgave wounds that never came with an apology. And still, she did not stop. She kept going because she mistook your softness for weakness. But she was wrong, my beloved, because you were not foolish. You were chosen. And now heaven is revealing just how protected you have always been. The one who tried to harm you will now have to watch you rise. This woman was not only lying about who she was also lying about who you were. She told stories to make people question your heart, your mind, your intentions, and your light. She poisoned your name with words dressed up as concern. She said things like, "I'm just worried about them," or "Something has felt different lately," while hiding envy beneath a gentle voice. But it was never true concern. It was control wearing the mask of care. Now the veil is lifting, and people are beginning to see her clearly. The charm is fading, the mask is slipping, and soon the truth connected to her name will fall like thunder. A name you know, a name you trusted, a name you once protected in your heart, but now that name will be tied to the very shame she tried to place on you. Because when heaven exposes, it does not always whisper. Sometimes it roars. Sometimes truth rises so loudly that even those who doubted you can no longer pretend they do not hear it. My child, your body may feel tired right now because your spirit has been fighting a war you could not fully see. You were carrying the weight of unseen battles, silent attacks, and emotional confusion that did not belong to you. But that war is coming to an end, and heaven is stepping between you and everything that tried to drain your peace. You are stepping out of spiritual warfare and into divine justice. She thought her secrets would stay buried, but the same grave she dug for you, she will now fall into herself. Because the universe is built on balance and God never sleeps, her reward will match your intentions, and yours will be multiplied beyond understanding. The moment she is removed, everything that's been stuck will begin to move again. And now heaven is showing you just how protected you really are. The one who tried to harm you will now be the one who watches you rise. Because this woman was not just lying about who she is, she was lying about who you are. She told other stories to make them doubt you. She poisoned your name with words dipped in fake concern. She said things like, "I'm just worried about her. I don't know what's going on with him lately. Something feels off about them." But it wasn't concerned. It was envy. And it wasn't love. It was control. But the veil is lifting now, and people are starting to see her clearly. The charm is fading. The mask is slipping. And soon the name will fall like thunder. A name you know. A name you once trusted. A name that will now go down in shame. Because when heaven exposes, it doesn't whisper, it roars. My child, your body may feel tired right now, because your spirit has been fighting a war you didn't even see. But that's about to end. You are stepping out of spiritual warfare and into divine justice. She thought her secrets would stay buried, but the same grave she dug for you, she will now fall into herself. Because the universe is built on balance, and God never sleeps. Her reward will match her intentions. And yours will be multiplied beyond understanding. The moment she is removed, everything that's been stuck will begin to move again. You will notice it immediately. The heaviness lifting, the clarity returning, the blessings arriving without resistance. Because she was the blockage, and now she is the judgment. This is not just about punishment. This is about positioning. God is positioning you for a new circle, a higher path, a safer season. And anyone who does not carry divine truth will not be able to enter with you. Even if they cry, even if they beg, even if they pretend. This next season is only for the authentic, only for the clean, only for those who truly stand in love, not in lies. That's why this woman had to be revealed. That's why this message had to find you. And now that you've read this far, heaven knows you're ready. So expect this: a phone call, a piece of news, a sudden confession, something shocking. It will happen fast. And when it does, don't panic. Smile quietly and say, "Michael warned me. I already knew." Because you did. You just didn't want to believe someone you loved could hurt you so deeply. But you're still standing. You're still here. You're still powerful. And nothing she did stopped your purpose. In fact, she only made it louder. My child, I know this may bring pain, but it will also bring peace. Because the truth hurts, but it also heals, and what's coming next will be your healing. In waves, in layers, in blessings too big to explain. You're not just being vindicated, you're being crowned spiritually, financially, emotionally. This woman will lose everything she built on lies. But you will gain everything she tried to block. Because what's meant for you cannot be stolen. Not by anyone, not even her, not even now. Because what I'm about to reveal next will make everything suddenly make sense. Every blocked opportunity, every silent door, every no when your heart was certain it should have been yes, all of it was manipulated. Not by chance, not by accident, but by the hidden actions of this woman who was never supposed to be near your destiny. She saw your greatness before you even did. She feared your future before you even stepped into it. So she made it her mission, secretly, silently, to slow you down. She didn't need to fight you publicly. She knew how to strike from behind the scenes. Whispers, distractions, delays, doubts planted with precision. She used charm like a weapon. She used your kindness as an entry point, and once she got in, she did everything she could to pull you off your path. That's why certain people stopped calling you. That's why some blessings came close, then vanished. She was behind it. She disguised herself as a helper, but truly, she was a handler. And now the truth is too loud to hide. God has removed the protection from her lies. And now every secret word she spoke about you will echo back onto her own life. Because what is spoken in darkness always comes to light. My beloved, do you remember the moment when your intuition screamed at you? When your soul said something wasn't right, but you ignored it? You looked into her eyes and felt an emptiness. You noticed her energy shift when you shared your joy. You caught her watching you, but it didn't feel warm. It felt sharp. That wasn't paranoia. That was discernment. And heaven is confirming it now. She was never meant to carry your secrets, and now she will be the one exposed. The very lies she used to harm you will be the ones that sentence her. Because justice is real and God does not forget. Even when you forgave her, heaven remembered. Even when you tried to keep peace, heaven kept record. You see, you were never weak for loving her. You are strong for surviving her. And now that strength is being rewarded. A spiritual balance is returning. She will be humbled, and you will be elevated. Let me tell you what she tried to take. Your name, your voice, your connections, your confidence, your peace, your finances, your focus. She wanted to replace you, not support you. She wanted to be seen as the light by dimming yours. But what she didn't understand is this: the divine does not compete, it simply rises. And now, beloved, you are rising. I see your elevation clearly, a shift in your home, a clearing of your energy, a blessing being delivered directly to your hands, one that was delayed for years because of her. But now there's nothing stopping it, because she no longer has spiritual access to you. This message is your confirmation of her disconnection. It's done. The cord is cut, and with that, your path will be cleared. Watch how fast things start moving for you. People will call again. New faces will appear, offering the support you deserve. Your body will feel lighter. Your prayers will manifest quicker. Your name will be mentioned in rooms you haven't even walked into yet. Because what was stolen is being returned. And not just returned, multiplied. This is divine repayment, and she won't be able to stop it. She may try, she may act innocent, she may cry, beg, plead, accused, but don't fall for it again, because once heaven exposes a snake, you are not meant to place it back in your garden. Forgive, yes, but access never again. This is your final warning and your final awakening. Now hear this, my beloved. Before this sacred time, a sign will come. It may be subtle or it may be shocking, but it will confirm everything this message has spoken. And when it happens, don't second-guess yourself again, because doubting your truth is what gave her room in the first place. This time you must trust yourself. Trust what you feel. Trust what you know. Trust what heaven already revealed. A blessing being delivered directly to your hands, one that was delayed for years because of her. But now there's nothing stopping it, because she no longer has spiritual access to you. This message is your confirmation of her disconnection. It's done. The cord is cut. And with that, your path will be cleared. Watch how fast things start moving for you. People will call again. New faces will appear, offering the support you deserve. Your body will feel lighter. Your prayers will manifest quicker. Your name will be mentioned in rooms you haven't even walked into yet. Because what was stolen is being returned, and not just returned, multiplied. This is divine repayment, and she won't be able to stop it. She may try, she may act innocent, she may cry, beg, plead, accused, but don't fall for it again, because once heaven exposes a snake, you are not meant to place it back in your garden. Forgive, yes, but access never again. This is your final warning and your final awakening. Now hear this, my beloved. Before this sacred time, a sign will come. It may be subtle, or it may be shocking, but it will confirm everything this message has spoken. And when it happens, don't second-guess yourself again, because doubting your truth is what gave her room in the first place. This time, you must trust yourself. Trust what you feel. Trust what you know. Trust what heaven already revealed. Because when you do, a floodgate will open and blessings will rush in like never before. You'll even begin to weep, not from pain, but from pure divine relief. It will feel like waking up from a long nightmare, because that's exactly what this has been. But now the dawn has come. Now light has touched every hidden place, and now justice has begun. This woman, the one whose name will soon fall from someone's lips in front of you, will be unable to deny it anymore. The game is over. The lies are done. Her mask has melted, and she will face what she never thought she would: accountability. Will you, beloved? You will face something else entirely. elevation, reputation restored, love that lasts, money that flows, peace that stays. Because you endured the storm, and now heaven is rewarding the survivor. You did not break, and now you will be blessed beyond measure. Of course, my beloved, let us now enter the most sacred part of this divine revelation. Because now that the lie has been uncovered, now that the woman who smiled in your face while poisoning your destiny has been exposed, the miracle must begin. You see, her presence in your life wasn't just emotional, it was spiritual interference. She was a block, a disguise delay, a soul saboteur dressed as support. And without even knowing it, your energy became tangled in her chaos. But heaven is untying it now. The cord is broken, the manipulation is severed. And the miracles that were waiting for you all this time, they are already moving in your direction. Even now as you breathe, as you read this message, something in the spirit realm has shifted permanently because you finally saw the truth. And the moment you see the truth, the devil loses his grip. She had you believing it was your fault. She made you question if you were the one who changed. But beloved, it was never you. It was always her. Her lies, her envy, her fake concern, her quiet comparisons. But now that you are free from her shadow, now the sun can shine on your field again. And what's about to grow will leave even your enemies speechless. Let me tell you what heaven has stored up for you. First, your finances. For so long, money would come and go. You've gained some momentum, then feel drained again. This wasn't coincidence. That woman carried a spirit of delay, and every time she got close to your energy, it disrupted the flow. But now the dam has burst. Expect money to find you in strange, sudden, divine ways. An unexpected deposit, a refund you didn't request, a gift from someone who's been watching you silently, even an opportunity that sounds too good to be true, but it's real. Because the lie has been removed, and now the blessing has clearance to land. Second, your peace. There's a calm coming to your soul. Your sleep will deepen. Your thoughts will quiet. Your heart will stop racing. Because she was attached to your nervous system in spiritual ways. Her presence created stress even when you didn't know why. But now that she's gone, peace like a river, a stillness that feels like heaven. You'll walk into rooms and feel safe again. You'll speak your truth without shaking. You'll trust your own voice, and that's the greatest miracle of all. Third, your relationships. There are people who stayed away from you because of what she told them, but now they're coming back. Not because you begged, but because the truth is louder than the lies. They will say, "I had no idea." They will apologize. They will look at you differently. And this time, they'll see the light you always carried. Because when God restores a reputation, it's better than the original. And those who turned their backs on you will watch you be honored in public. Fourth, your calling. There's something you've been afraid to do, a step you were meant to take, a movie you were born for. But every time you tried, doubt crept in. Guess what? That doubt wasn't yours. It was seeded by her. She questioned you so subtly, so gently that it felt like concern. But it was sabotage. Every time you said, "Maybe I'm not ready," it was her voice echoing in your mind. But not anymore. Because your spirit has broken the sound barrier, and now your real voice, your divine voice, is rising again. You will write again. You will sing again. You will launch again. You will speak, build, teach, grow again. And this time, no more shaking, no more fear, because heaven is backing you fully. My beloved, can I tell you something deep? The woman who betrayed you, she was never your match. She was your mirror. She reflected your wounds. She showed you where you still didn't trust yourself. And now she has served her final purpose, to push you into divine confidence, to trigger your awakening. And though it hurts, no betrayal always cuts. It also clears the path. And now your path is open, Queen, blessed, filled with light. From here on, everything will move faster. Everything will feel lighter, because the lie has been lifted and your life is about to reflect your truth. No more pretending, no more shrinking, no more caring people who only drain you. From this moment on, you will walk with peace. You will speak with clarity. You will glow with divine fire. And those who once overlooked you, they will ask how you did it. And you will simply say, God revealed the truth, and I listened. Because that's all it took. One moment of clarity, one divine message. And now everything is changing. She will spend the rest of her life behind bars, not just physical ones, but spiritual ones, emotional ones, mental ones. And now your real voice, your divine voice, is rising again. You will write again. You will sing again. You will launch again. You will speak, build, teach, grow again. And this time, no more shaking, no more fear, because heaven is backing you fully. My beloved, can I tell you something deep? The woman who betrayed you, she was never your match. She was your mirror. She reflected your wounds. She showed you where you still didn't trust yourself. And now she has served her final purpose, to push you into divine confidence, to trigger your awakening. And though it hurts, Logan Trail always cuts. It also clears the path. And now your path is open, clean, blessed, filled with light. From here on, everything will move faster. Everything will feel lighter, because the lie has been lifted and your life is about to reflect your truth. No more pretending, no more shrinking, no more carrying people who only drain you. From this moment on, you will walk with peace. You will speak with clarity. You will glow with divine fire. And those who once overlooked you, they will ask how you did it. And you will simply say, God revealed the truth, and I listened. Because that's all it took. One moment of clarity, one divine message. And now everything is changing. She will spend the rest of her life behind bars, not just physical ones, but spiritual ones, emotional ones, mental ones. Because when you betray a chosen one, you don't just lose access to their life, you lose access to your own peace. But don't watch her downfall. Don't celebrate it. Focus on your eyes. Because your chapter is no longer about her. It's about what's next. And what's next is bigger than anything you've imagined. Of course, my beloved, let us go deeper. Because now, with her spirit no longer in your way, with the deception gone, with the veil removed, your divine love is finally being released. Yes, beloved, your true partner, the one heaven has been preparing while you were still healing. Because the truth is, You couldn't receive real love while being surrounded by fake loyalty. This woman, she didn't just block opportunities, she blocked love. You didn't know it, but every time someone started to care for you, she planted doubt. She whispered fear. She said just enough to make you push good people away, and she smiled while doing it. But now that she's out of the way, love is finding you. Real love, not the kind that confuses you, not the kind that drains you, not the kind that makes you question your worth every other day. No, this love will come with peace. This love will come with clarity. This love will not run, lie, or hide. This love has been waiting for you to let go of false connections. And now you have, and now they're coming. My beloved, heaven showed me the vision. Your person has already felt a shift. They don't know why, but something inside them has stirred. They are being pulled in your direction. Your spirits are aligning. Your healing has made room for their arrival. They're not perfect, but they're pure, and they will look at you like no one ever has before. Not with judgment, not with comparison, but with awe, because they'll see what that woman never saw. Your soul, your light, your rare, rare, rare heart. And when they speak your name, it will not be in slander. It will be in reverence. You'll feel safe. You'll feel seen. You'll feel soft again. Because you won't have to defend yourself in your own relationship. You won't have to explain away your intuition. You won't be walking on spiritual eggshells. This love will be the kind that heals, and it's coming, beloved, very soon. Because this betrayal, this exposure, it was the final test, and you passed. You didn't lose yourself, you didn't become bitter, you didn't return evil for evil, and heaven watched all of it. So now the reward is on its way. Prepare your heart, prepare your space, because your season of survival is ending, and your season of divine romance is beginning. This is why you had to be cleansed, because God was never going to let the wrong person steal the blessing meant for the right one. And now that blessing is ready to be released. But that is not all, my beloved. There is still more coming toward you, more than your heart has been able to imagine. Let me show you the next door heaven is opening. Your purpose, your calling, your divine assignment, the very reason you were placed on this earth. You have always known you were different. Even as a child, your soul carried a depth that others could not understand. You felt things deeply, you saw through hidden motives, and you carried wisdom you could not explain. But this woman tried to make you doubt that gift. She tried to convince you that your discernment was confusion, that your sensitivity was weakness, and that being too much was something to be ashamed of. But she was wrong, and now heaven is lifting the fog from your vision. You are being called to rise, to speak, to build, to create, to bless, and to shine. No more hiding, no more waiting for someone to approve your light, and no more shrinking around people who pretend they are not intimidated by what you carry. Your voice is needed, your truth is needed, and your healing is needed. You are not random. You are not forgotten. You are not behind, my child. You are arriving exactly on heaven's time. Everything that was delayed by her interference is now being accelerated by divine timing. The connections, the platform, the favor, the clarity, and the momentum are all beginning to move toward you. Because nothing is standing in the way anymore. and nothing is strong enough to block the flow God has released. And you, yes, you, are ready now. You were not ready before because you were still trying to heal people who were secretly hurting you. You were still trying to carry people who quietly resented the very strength they depended on. But that season is over. Your hands are free now, and your spirit is lighter than it has been in a long time. You are no longer responsible for dragging people into places they were never willing to enter with honesty. So prepare, beloved. Prepare for the invitations, the open doors, the unexpected messages, and the breakthroughs that arrive so suddenly they take your breath away. What once felt delayed will begin moving with holy speed. Because when God restores, He does not only return what was stolen, He adds increase, favor, wisdom, and divine compensation. This next part of your life will feel almost unreal because it will carry the mark of heaven. And she, the woman who tried to sabotage it all, will have to watch from a distance. She will not be able to stop it, and she will not be able to speak against it without exposing herself further. What God is about to do in your life will be too clear to deny. Everyone will begin to see that you were telling the truth all along. You were the light all along. You were the one carrying favor, purpose, and protection all along. You only needed the right season for the right eyes to see it, and now that season has arrived. Heaven is no longer hiding what it placed inside you.